Hi there, welcome to my channel. In today's video we will be discussing HTTPS inspection. So let's do the lab first and then we can look at some theory. So here I have installed the URL blade and the application control, and we need to hide all our IP addresses behind the external. So here behind the external IP. So hiding internal networks behind an external interface typically involves using NAT. It is network address translation to allow devices on a private internal network to communicate with external networks, such as the internet, though a single public-facing IP address. So next, let's go to HTTPS inspection here. The first thing we do is to create an outbound certificate. So create, our domain is alpha CP, choose any password here, and we leave this as default and click OK. So now we are creating our outbound certificate. Here we need to export it so that we can install it when needed. So my cert, for example, save, and here we enable HTTPS inspection. Okay, so let's install the policy once. Install. Okay, so now let's explore our policy, our HTTPS inspection policy for the outbound traffic. So we click on security policy, and here under HTTPS inspection we see that is our policy. Here we can this rule that says any source, so any internet source to the internet, check the HTTPS traffic, any category, inspect, log all blades, and use the outbound certificate. So now we can check the logs here and see what is. So this is my devices, my Windows device. So let's take last hour. So here we don't see any HTTPS traffic inspection because the policy we are using, or the setting that we are using, are default, are not aggressive or the recommended one. So if we go back to our policy here, we see shared policies, inspection settings. So here we can see that the most of the inspections are inactive. We scroll down, maybe 80% is inactive. So for this we can go to gateways and choose our cluster here and change default inspection to the recommended inspection. Click OK and install the policy. So install. Okay, policy installation is done here. So let's go back to our logs and refresh here. Maybe we can see some interesting logs. Okay, not yet. So let's open a browser. For example, visit cnn.com. Well, let's try another website like Swedish TV. Okay, so directly we see that this website is not secure. Why is that? So if we click here and we click on certificate details, we can see that our gateway, which uses the certificate alpha CP, is intercepting the traffic from the this server to my computer. And because this certificate is not installed on my device, so it is not trusted. So how to trust this certificate? We need to install it on our device. So close that. Let's go to the desktop here and find our my cert. This is our certificate. So here we click on install certificate, local machine, next, yes. And here it's very important, place all certificates in the following store, browse and choose this one, trusted root certification authorities. Okay, and click next, finish. The import was successful, so okay, and click on refresh here. Let's try to open it again. Okay, we need to shut down Chrome once and open it again. Okay, let's go again to this Reddish TV, for example. Still that problem. Not secure. Potential. Okay, because I have another. Okay, we can shut down this one and this one. Now it is shut it down as needed. So let's try now. As we can see, so if we click here again, connection is secure. So we click there and certificate is valid. Show me the certificate. It is our alpha CP. So it's very important to install the certificate on your computer. The next test that we can do is, let's look at the logs now. So we can as you can see here, this is HTTPS inspect. This is a traffic, HTTPS traffic, which was inspected, as we can see. Or we can remove this, go to queries and choose HTTPS inspection, and we can see only HTTPS inspection logs that way. But in real world, we can't inspect all traffic because, for example, financial systems like bank websites, we can't. It's illegal to inspect that traffic in some countries. So how to do? So in that case, we go to back to our security policy. We create a new policy. So above. So everything is the same, but here in category we can choose, for example, financial service to bypass, like this one, and health care. It's the same. And here we can choose to bypass, so do not inspect this kind of traffic, and log. And we can okay, we can do a test. So here we can visit, for example, the Deutsche Bank. Let's generate some traffic here. And this is a Swedish bank. Let's also here generate some traffic and see back to the logs. So now that rule is not active yet. So let's refresh here. So we can see, if we look here, DP is the Deutsche Bank. All traffic is inspected. That is illegal in some countries. So you can't inspect HTTPS traffic for financial systems. For example, if we go a little bit, we can see here, look here for the names, DP all the way, everything is inspected. Swedbank, this is also a bank, everything is inspected. So now let's enable that rule and install the policy to see the difference, how to bypass that traffic. So install. So install here. So let's wait until its installation is done, and we need to generate more traffic from these websites. See the difference. The difference should be that the traffic is bypassed when it's coming from banks. So it's done now. So let's click somewhere, home here, click overall and get some traffic. So let's go back to our logs and do a refresh here. Still everything is, and let's check our rule. Bypass on, okay, back there. Now, so now we can see that this is Swedbank is bypass. The same for DP, the Deutsche Bank is bypass. So this is very important. So here, this was the rule. This rule here. Both rules are for the outbound traffic. What about the inbound traffic? In the inbound traffic, we need to import a server certificate. So our server certificate here. So click on additional settings. By the way, on the R82 version, so this disappears, and now we have here, we can see outbound policy and inbound policy. So as we can see here, HTTPS inspection and server certificate. So we need to import our server certificate to this place, and then we can create the policy with certificate in inbound certificate and do the same. For example, the source, internet, and destination our server, and do what we want to do. So another cool feature is the ability to bypass recommended things like Microsoft Update, Apple Update. So destination, if we click on this plus here, we can use an updatable object. So import an updatable object, and now we can see what is recommended. For example, if we HTTPS, not HTTPS, okay, HTTPS here, and we can see that all these things can be bypassed because these are trusted sources or destination. So for example, we can bypass inspection of OneDrive. We can bypass Microsoft updates. We can bypass, I don't know, we have many options here. Dropbox, as you like. So, and click OK here. and then bypass the same. So this way we can save some CPU power on these, because these are trusted websites, so we don't need to check them all. So now let's take a look at this PowerPoint and can talk a little bit about the HTTPS again and again. So let me go up there. And so as we can see, HTTPS inspection enhancing security gateway capabilities. So HTTPS internet traffic uses the TLS, the Transport Layer Security Protocol, providing data privacy and integrity through encryption. However, HTTPS traffic can pose security risks, potentially concealing unauthorized user actions and malicious activity. Because it is encrypted, security gateways cannot inspect HTTPS traffic by default. By enabling HTTPS inspection, security gateways can establish new TLS, as we said. So new TLS to the server and to the client. So can establish new TLS connections with external sites or service, allowing them to decrypt and inspect HTTPS traffic transmitted over these new connections. So here, if we click once here, so we can see choose the TLS protocol, is security risks inside it, and we have the inspection challenge. So how HTTPS inspection feature? So we enable it as we have seen, decrypt and inspect, and this will enhance security. So this process allows for better protection against hidden threats in encrypted traffic. So types of the HTTPS inspection, we have the outbound HTTPS inspection. So the traffic that goes from our network to the internet, and inbound HTTPS inspection, that is the internet to our servers. So outbound HTTPS inspection protects against malicious traffic sent from an internal client, our internal network, to an external site or server. The inbound HTTPS inspection protects internal servers from malicious requests originating from the internet or an external network. So as we can see here, the outbound inspection, the purpose outbound HTTPS inspection is designed to protect against malicious traffic that is sent from an internal client to the external site or server. The process, the security gateway intercepts and inspects outgoing HTTPS traffic. The benefits, this inspection helps prevent data leaks and detect potential threats originating from within the organization. For example, if we don't want any user to be able to use a credit card, we can use HTTPS inspection and content blade to prevent that. So, and the inbound inspection is incoming requests. Inspection process, the security gateway examines incoming HTTPS traffic, and that give us threat mitigation. So the security gateway the security gateway uses certificates to establish trust with both client and server, but it is not recommended to use the gateway as the CA server. So in production, we use a Windows server, for example, for the certificate authority server. But because this is a lab, so we use the gateway. So conclusion, enhanced security, comprehensive protection, privacy preservation, critical tool. And these are steps to, as we have seen, how to make it working. So certificate validation, decryption, inspection, policy check, and sending requests, request forwarding, connection process, ensuring security. So that slide is done. So this video is done here. So thank you for watching and see you in the next video.